Now the second point of this chapter I am going to discuss is characteristics of cooperative society. There are 11 characteristics given in your textbook. I am stating all these 11 points. First is voluntary association. I have already stated in my explained definition of cooperative society. Individuals get associated voluntarily, means all join this association with their own will. Will means wish. I want to join because as he uplift, same way I want to uplift. Right, my friends? So individuals join in cooperative society on the basis of equity, means equally all wants to uplift with support of each other. That is the main base of the study, right? Okay. Second point is easy formation process. See, I have just stated that cooperative society is formed under Cooperative Society Act, and here requirement of minimum numbers is given. As in partnership firm, what we do, minimum 2 are necessary, so here minimum 10 persons are necessary to start cooperative society on their own way. Means they have to pass through very few legal process. Only they have to do one thing. They have to submit their information that we are minimum 10 members. We want to start the cooperative society, and this process they have to do with registrar of cooperative societies under Cooperative Society Act. As the registration is completed, the society gets its separate identity in the legal form. See, here the meaning of separate identity means, as I am a person, Gokulesh is my own identity. If I am any post having person in any cooperative society, in that society my own identity will a different thing, but in society my position will according to my post. But if any case a society want to do legal process, whatever we want to say, in any dispute against any person, then myself, Gokulesh, has not to do case in my separate identity, no, but as the position and the post having person of the society, under the seal and the stamp of the society, I have to sign with my position in the society. Means the society separately can make any case against any person. That is the main point we have to understand. Is that clear? Okay. So, if any other person wants to make any case against the society, it does not mean it is against me. No. Okay. As the position having person in the society, I must have to present in the court. It is a different thing. But in my personal liability, nothing is there. That everybody has to understand. Okay. Third point is equality of members. I have just stated in definition that on equal basis the upliftment will be done. It means every member has equal right and equal opportunity in cooperative society. No discrimination will be done among each other because additional capital brought from only one person and to make him complete powerful person is not possible in cooperative society. Everybody is a proportion, power and place in term of the investment is equal, right? Okay. Fourth point is separate identity. With the registration, the cooperative society get a legal separate identity. I have just stated in the earlier point. Entry and exit of members not effect to the existence of society. Here it is completely different from partnership form. You can understand what happens in the partnership form. If the one partner die or resign or due to any reason other partners remove him, all the situation, ultimately the structure of the firm is being disturbed according to the law, Indian Partnership Act. So in that case naturally the partnership will be dissolved, but here it is not happening. It means many times some members join newly, some members voluntarily resigned. So many things may happen, but society will continue to work. No effect will come on work of cooperative society. That I believe and that I want to say. Right, my friends? Okay. One thing more. Here the separate identity makes very clear that the society can create their property also on their name. They can keep their bank accounts with their society's label, title, in all the way. It is clearly understood that cooperative society is called legal person, right? Fifth point is democratic management. See, cooperative society is called a training school of democracy because here all members will vote, all members will unitedly take a decision, collectively take a decision after long discussion, so problem may not arise, and share will be divided as per their investment is done. Equally, the investment will be taken from each other. So the cooperative society will give voting right to all members, not in terms of the votes, shares, but in terms of individual members' status. So capital is not a matter, but person is the important thing in cooperative society. In joint stock company, what happened? How much share you have? Your one yes will create those numbers. If I have 1 lakh share of any company, in joint stock company it happens that my 1 lakh share will create one yes or no, convert into 1 lakh yes or no. But here the voting will be done as per the person's numbers. So voting is as per members existence in the company. Everybody can contest, everybody can vote, everybody can participate in society and its activity. So nothing is impossible here. We can understand very well, right my friends? Okay. Now the next point I want to discuss is main motive is service. To help each other is the best way to do service. The main objective of the cooperative society is to serve members. Profit is the secondary objective of cooperative society. Profit comes second. It's a great thing. Here money comes second, but support comes first. In that way, it is a different from other business organizations. Economic upliftment of all members through their motive of service. Cooperative society make efforts to raise the living standard of members. I use the word upliftment, and tries to make them self-reliant. Usually, cooperative society is try to help members, so they purchase the goods from market in the bulk quantity. But for whom? For their members in the priority. After giving it to the members, if the society is working as the selling section, then the remaining stock they will sell to the public. I am not saying that they cannot create the profit. They can create the profit, but first is to help members is their main priority. Am I right, my friends? Okay. Now the 7th point is fair distribution of profit. Now the means to be fair distribution is distribution of profit among members subject to the provision of law. If the law is making every year specific changes, then according to that the money will be saved in name of the society and remain profit will be distributed to the members. Here, whatever the share of the profit will be distributed to the member, the remaining part of the profit will be used for welfare of the members of the society. That is the main point everybody has to understand. Right, my friends? Okay. Low price of share. Now the question comes, low price of share means here share is not possible to sell in market. Remember, not possible to sell shares in market. Person with low income can purchase share in the society and become member of society as per the price of the share of cooperative society. He can invest money in society and get benefit, whatever the benefit is given to the other members of the society. But here the price of the share will be low and it cannot be sold to the share market. Okay. Installment facility is also possible to provide because sometimes total minimum allotment of share is more to per member, and per shares minimum amount comes to a big total, in that situation the advisory body of the society can suggest that we can take money of shares from our members in installment way. So more burden will not come on each member every month. That is the good thing. Okay. Next one is separate institution. I have already discussed with you. Politics and religion is not applied here because collective upliftment is the basic motive. We have discussed also. Any member of the society can join the society irrespective of his religion, caste, creed, class, sex, education. Nothing will be counted. A cooperative society cannot exist on basis of religious or political principles because common upliftment means all. It is not possible to divide one to another on such basis. Right, my friends? And last point is unrestricted number of members. Okay, remember one thing. There is no restriction of maximum numbers. As much as possible, members can join the society for their collective upliftment. Minimum numbers, I have already stated that 10 numbers to register and to establish cooperative society, but maximum numbers are not given here. Right, my friends? So I have tried to explain the characteristics of cooperative society. Right, my friends?